Hey guys, and welcome to part 8 of Bioshock Infinite. Now to the land of Professor Fink! See, look at the future. The future is Finkton. And you can't avoid Finkton, here's the problem.
She looks very unamused by it.
Well, considering what happened last time, I don't blame her. The way that Finkton talks is just so uncomfortable, and looks like I can buy some stuff. Nope, I can't. I'm out of money.
That would be your gunsmith.
At least for now.
Yeah, when playing this game, I always wanted to.
She's either a great
I wish
hero
there had been a way to like shoot at the whatever they're called, the overhead speakers.
Oh yeah.
Shoot their arms off or something.
No, it's just because listening to Fink go on and on got very, very uncomfortable.
It's supposed to.
Yeah, true.
Especially with him, you know he's full of shit. He's even more full of shit than Comstock is.
Yeah. I think the thing is that they think they're legitimately in the right is what makes it even more uncomfortable.
The truth is, I don't have a lot of time for all that.
I think even opposite effect of that, these two people hide a lot of their personal and selfish viewpoints behind a much larger standpoint, just to make it seem like it is holier than thou, but
Yeah.
often not is a very selfish viewpoint. And I think particularly Jeremiah Fink is aware of that,
Yeah.
but he knows how to play the game because he's a businessman.
Like religion or a corporation as a shield.
I think with at least Comstock, it kind of had the opposite effect. He started as someone of a religious matter, but got soon corrupted by it. Jeremiah, I think, is just playing along with the trick, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get more of the sense that Comstock actually believes what he says. Fink, I get more of the sense that
How are we going to get
it's
into Finkton?
convenient for him.
Let's look for another way in.
With Comstock, I think he's just gotten to the point where he believes his own lies.
Mm-hmm.
And Fink can use Comstock lies to his advantage.
And his also is, you know, these people are obviously malleable people, so
Yeah.
it's not hard to convince them of any kind of viewpoint, especially if you use things like religion and hard work and things like that. Fink reminds me a little bit more of Andrew Ryan, but his work method, because Andrew Ryan was very much about you deserve the sweat of your own brow, that your work deserves your own merits. This one is more like it is your destiny to either be worked or to be served, based on either a religious standpoint or a moral standpoint. Speaking of which, let's kill things.
Iron Patriot.
Oh yeah, jumped in front of me. So, this same place is kind of easy to die because there's a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
Whoa, holy shit. That came from the dark. I barely survived this part, but I'm proud of me because I do it like a man. I shit. There you go. And he's out, shit, run. I think I just killed 3 dudes. Whoops.
I think this was the first place where I kind of got overwhelmed by how many, just people were coming at me.
Well, you'll see it happens to me too.
Yeah.
But I deal with it in an interesting manner. At least I thought it was interesting.
What?
See, she actually handed it to me that time. I've never seen her hand something. It's always thrown.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you! Sound like fuck it, punch. Punch. Oh god, punch. I'm dying, punch. Look how much health I have.
I don't think you can punch all of them.
Oh, you don't think I can?
I'd like to see you try at least.
Oh, okay, then I will. Watch. Midget punch! Midget punch!
Doc Lewis cheering you on from the background.
I'm getting flashbacks to playing GoldenEye 007 from this, for some reason.
So I just beat 6 guys by punching them. Punch! Last guy, punch. I fought off every enemy with no health and just punching.
Well, is it a punch if you have a spinning blade at the end of your fist?
Well, I'm punching it, so... It's a punching motion.
It's like the ultimate brass knuckles.
Projectile Bryce and Brass Knuckles Kids! I love the dorky, like, kid art on all the ammunition. My kid's first rifle ammo!
I love your old-timer voice.
Welcome to the future! The punching and you! I'm so glad they left this coffee inside the desk. Might be a little cold.
He was gonna come back for it after his break. After his coffee break.
Need money?
My coffee, after my coffee. Thanks? Okay. See, she tossed me 1 coin, but it's always worth like 200 to 300 silver eagles. Which I don't mind, of course. Please tell me I have enough lockpicks now, because I assume there's something good in that safe.
Gunsmith Chen Lin
I would never have enough lockpicks.
the outlaw Daisy.
And it always drove me crazy.
Like our guy's drawn attention.
And this is just a... Yeah, I don't have enough. This is just one rule of thumb with any game.
Yours.
Oh, no, I did have enough.
Can you open this?
Come on.
You always at least want to have one unlocking utensil in a game that has any unlocking mechanic. You never want to run out, no matter how desperate it might be.
I always have to be like a rogue or something because I can't leave a chest unpicked or a door unlocked. I have to go back. I need to know what's behind it. I need whatever's in it.
I play a lot of Fire Emblem, and there's a lot of the chests and doors you have to unlock with door or chest keys, unless you have a thief. It's just thieves can't really fight that well. That's why you level up your thief, because if you don't have a thief, guess what? The game is going to suck a lot more.
Yeah. In Dragon Age, I have to always be a rogue. Or in Skyrim, like, I have to up my lockpicking and my speech because I like to just get past things.
Well, like, you know, playing Warriors is fun enough, but it gets repetitive. Playing a thief, though, always kind of has its difficult moments because you always have to kind of use your brain a bit more than your brawn.
Yeah.
This game is very much brawn-worthy at this point. Like, shoot, punch, electricity, Broncos.
Need some help with this.
I don't know why they even bother to say pick on those parts, because there's obviously storyline-based locks.
Yeah.
I was stupid, though, because I just went out the other side. Oops. Well then, where did everyone go?
It would make more sense if they introduced you to it that first time, and then every other time it's just the optional ones where you need to find the lockpicks.
Or maybe you get to those ones, and then she throws you on book or catch, and just throws a lockpick in her hand.
I guess it's more for realism's sake, because, like, it's a locked area, so... You missed a voxophone.
I did not.
Slate's locker.
It's right there.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta wait for her to open in a storyline-esque way. Because it is story-specific.
Yeah, true.
Husband claims the child was created from whole cloth by divine will. I am a believer, but I am not a fool. His
So what you learn from this particular diary entry, because obviously, you know, reading it is one thing, but hearing me talk about it's a different one. You pretty much learn that your mother is the reason why you were locked up.
Please.
So, you know, it's kind of questionable how she feels about you. The big feel of it is that you're not actually related to the mother at all. Which puts into question the big element of the story where you're supposed to be this prophet child. What the hell does that even mean?
Or Elizabeth is.
Yes.
Booker's not.
Love how grumpy butt she looks right now.
The grumpy butt child. She's still skipping, though. So grumpy. Whee!
She's gotta be whimsical. Just how she stays sane.
See, this part I thought was unique because it reminds me again of Andrew Ryan a little bit.
And I want to share with you my
Like kind of when you were trapped in that one room and you had to have his propaganda up on the wall.
Well, yeah, it was when you were inside the submersible and you kept on seeing images that related to him.
On vacation? Have you ever seen a bee take a sick day?
See, he tries to push the workload onto an ethics standpoint where it says, hey, these, you know, I'm going to relate to these hardworking creatures of nature because, you know, bees are God's creatures. Be the bee, but I'm really just thinking, make me a load of money, motherfucker. There appears to be a phone in here. Naha!
Hello?
Mr. DeWitt,
Yes.
See me line to St. Louis.
please.
What's going on?
DeWitt, Fink here. Listen, my boy, we've
I love her face here.
and I can tell you right now that you are our top candidate.
What? Listen to this asshole.
We'll help you with anything you
hell was that?
I have no idea.
He seems oddly pleased to make your acquaintance.
Because you're an asshole now, apparently. I mean, you know what? For all that she's been mad at me, I have never not admitted what I'm going to do with her. I might have lied about saying, hey, let's go to Paris. I only said it maybe once. And talking about ego makes a giant gold statue of themselves.
His ego's even bigger than Comstock's.
I don't know.
Well, Comstock's statue at least wasn't golden.
It's not real gold.
Well,
Look at this clock.
still.
There's your sleeping time, known as leisure. And actually, your sleep mark was maybe 2 hours. Then work.
Oh, I actually never noticed that clock.
The clock also appears right there in the center of the clock tower right there, so you can always see it as well. It shifts, so they never sleep or have leisure time on a normal set schedule. It changes constantly, but they always work the same length of time. So imagine how that messes with your brain. Oh, and also this is kind of a cool area because we get a new weapon.
Welcome to Finkton. You'll find a
The
variety
hand
of supplies
cannon.
here.
The hand cannon, which is actually a really good gun.
I love the hand cannon so much.
Courtesy of Mr. Oscar Wilde here.
But Mr. Fink's interest is strictly...
Why, hello.
Oh my god, he does look like Oscar
So sorry,
Wilde.
young miss. But any
If it was Oscar Wilde, we'd be having a lot more fun right now.
should be taken with Mr. Fink directly.
Elizabeth, leave the room. You don't want to see this.
Does this strike you as good news? Doesn't strike me as good news.
So this is also one of the point in the games where you can clearly just walk by, but there's a lot of things just kind of happening in the background.
To the gunsmith yard, scavenge supplies
And the more we
under
go into this Fink area, the more this is kind of laying the foundation of what this world is really like. Because we started in the utopian area that was the upper class city, but really the city itself was built by these workers who are just basically a bunch of fucking assholes. They use bidding, and not with money, but they bid how quickly they can complete a job. Which I don't know necessarily lends to good efficiency or anything, but it just means that they a lot of times pay people less.
Yeah.
The beasts of burden. Now, they provide meat, milk, and labor.
And he gets ground up into meat.
We're having Bill patties.
You motherfuckers want some hot dogs?
We're having the company barbecue.
Here it comes.
Just Fink there, just with a hot dog. Mm-hmm, company barbecue.
9 and 10! 9 and 10! 8 and 33!
I do love how this game starts off completely utopian and just slowly falls apart.
Like an actual utopia would.
Yeah. Because this is, like, the workers that sort of keep it running. And then later on, you get to all the oppression as well.
I like those shocked twins standing there. Alright, well anyway.
I like how he didn't even connect the punches. This is such poor acting right here.
He just hit him with his force.
Oh, look at the dead body.
See, the nature of a utopia is kind of fundamentally wrong because, I mean, come on. How is anything supposed to be done in a manual sense without sacrifice? You know, the way they made up for that is that the upper class citizens do not have to sacrifice. Instead, they would bring a bunch of poor people to do it for them. So the Irish and black people and anyone else they can get who doesn't belong in their society.
Yeah, the ones we choose don't have to do anything. Everybody else, you get to make it great for us.
And also we'll go through a process of making them seem like secondhand citizens as well, through propaganda.
Know what Daisy Fitzroy
Just to feed into it.
cronies want for you? Strike.
And have the public enforce the system instead of just the police force.
The moment you do, you
And also manipulating the viewpoint of the Vox Populi, which is, this is a group of freedom fighters, but how we'll see them? They're a group of minority dogs who want to take your home and consummate with your wife, and they're just brute animals.
With your wife!
Copulating with your women folk! So here's an interesting area right there. See that little red split right there? We're not supposed to cross this area, but it is worth seeing. So fuck it, I don't mind fighting. Of course, this won't open until we kill some people. But this is a very unique Easter egg, which I am a fan of.
Oh yeah, I found this too.
Crows. Notice I've been kind of arming up the crows because the crows are going to be useful here in a minute.
The first time I played through the game, I just went for all the story and I didn't go off to the side or anything, but I was so interested in the world, I played through again and I explored every nook and cranny. It's worth exploring just because it adds to it.
Unless you play the game, like, I don't see anyone playing this game once and finding everything unless they had a strategy guide.
Yeah.
Yeah, those flying turrets are pushovers. Alright, now that that's happened, let's see if we can get this little red portal open. Maybe momentarily.
That one. Now.
Done.
I guess one just poops out medkits. Not that I need them.
I thought it had a bouffant, but no, that's a doctor's thing.
We're talking Canada here. I don't know what a bouffant is.
You know, like Elvis.
Oh, hi, turret.
Isn't that a pompadour?
Whatever. Same thing.
See, I told you, Canadian.
I've heard it called both.
I like the sniper rifle kind of causes this bass boom. Well, let's go check what that red thing's all about. Interesting, we're hearing music from the 1960s. 50 years in the future.
You will recall earlier, there was a barbershop quartet singing a Beach Boys song.
We also heard girls want to have fun in the at least the fairgrounds. And that's not the only time we're gonna hear songs like that. In fact, we hear that song later as well.
Stirring up so much trouble. We got enough problems without this damn fool shooting up the city and blaming it all on
We learn a little bit more about it actually later in this video.
Yeah, he might be just the fellow we need for our immediate concerns.
So Daisy Fitzroy is speaking on the behalf of me, saying she's gonna now use me to her benefit. Don't get confused with the freedom fighter thing. Daisy Fitzroy's not exactly a good person either. There's not many good people in Colombia. It's not that kind of world.
There's also not a whole lot of completely bad people either.
Oh no. Jeremiah Fink is not a good person.
Oh, no.
There's not a good soul in him. He is a greedy bastard.
He's a prick.
It's Scott Mabuda.
Who?
The founder of
These people are high. The interesting thing is I find it amazing that in the center of town is this basically this black market gunsmith that hides religious relics that aren't Comstock. And he's not caught yet.
Yeah.
In the middle of the fucking town.
It's not even really hidden.
Yeah, it's just out there.
It's just up a couple flights of steps.
Hello?
Oddly enough,
Hello?
he's not here.
Chen Lin? Is anybody here?
You need a reminder, we're basically just trying to find these shipment of guns for Daisy Fitzroy, because if we find them, apparently she's going to give us that airship back. Don't believe her, but whatever.
There's someone downstairs.
You know, I guess if you're hiding stuff, if it's in the center of town, it's the least suspected, but you have to figure a soldier's been in here at least once. Oh, hi.
Excuse me. Now, I'm sorry to bother you.
Ignore me, or...
We're looking for Mr. Lin. Mr. Chen Lin?
Thanks for the answer. Like, keeps on talking. We're gonna say something.
Not here. He gone.
Gone?
They take.
What? They figured out that this person's a bad person? No way!
How could they have possibly figured out we were Buddhist?
The soldier tripped through the door and saw all this illegal shit everywhere. Surprised it didn't happen sooner.
Time club.
Where is this club? Ma'am, please, where is this club?
Also, this is really kind of our first experience with people in this world worshiping a different religion, and that being seen as a negative.
Fitzroy helped Chen Lin.
Which is not necessarily surprising, but this is just our first exposure to it.
The kind who probably got their boot on Lin's throat asking him how well he knows Daisy Fitzroy.
Isn't she the one we're working for?
As a matter of fact, it is. Let's figure out where this good time club
You know,
is.
for as cool as this area is, there's not much to interact with in this area. It even has its own loading screen. You'd think it'd be a lot more interactive.
It just looks pretty.
It does look nice.
This whole game is gorgeous.
This game does a good job at masking a lot of not so good looking things with good looking things. Because if you really look deep, not everything looks that detailed and great, but with the total of the total of some parts, it looks beautiful.
The way it's all put together.
All right, now we get to fight Wreck-It Ralph over here. Holy shit, he moves fast. So let's crow him. Almost, God, a long time ago I mentioned the crows are actually a pretty useful ability. On handymen, they are particularly useful because they get distracted. Lightning really does nothing to them despite their machinery. The only thing about using that is that the weakness of these handymen is generally in their hearts or their organs in the center area, which is not the easiest to hit when they move around so much. In fact, there's an achievement that if you just shoot him into what the hell?
What the fuck?
He just teleported. There's an achievement if you shoot him just in the heart. It's a tough one you can get. Apparently Olivia's gotten it.
I got it completely by accident, and my brother was furious with me. You have to shoot them nowhere else, only do damage to the heart, and the achievement is called Heartbreaker, and apparently it's a bitch to get, but I managed to get it just by chance.
See, this game runs a lot of parallels. The handymen are kind of seen as basically the big daddies. I don't think they necessarily have as much of a story ingrained with them. I think they're sympathetic like the big daddies are. But just kind of a reminder, because we haven't seen them since the first part. Basically, a handyman is a person with a severe illness that gets shoved into a robot's body to continue to make them live. But basically also makes them these giant robotic freaks that have nothing to do but be muscles. That's it.
I'm sorry about what I said at the docks.
So, perfect ammunition for people like Comstock and Finkton who could use them for their strength.
Protected me.
Job's a job.
Put up the illusion that it's a kindness to keep them alive, and then...
Well, it's basically kind of like saying, oh, you can live a normal life, we'll just turn you into a giant robotic dinosaur. Yeah, your family will love it.
And when you're fighting them, sometimes they'll pause to cough and clear up their throat.
Oh, yeah. They're not the healthiest. So, I'm going to upgrade some of my sniper rifle stuff, because, you know, I love the sniper rifle. So, we need to head towards the center where that was all blocked off. This would usually be a problem, but we kind of... Oh, he's skipping already, okay. We've already kind of killed everyone over here, so it doesn't matter.
Why, George Washington would only accept the presidency if he were paid a single dollar.
Another gold Fink.
So now we just hear Finkton talking bullshit about, I would pay you more, but George Washington didn't ask for more money. Oh, come on, guys. And you're just like, this fucking prick.
Need to head inside and find Mr.
The rich
Lin.
plantation owner didn't ask for more money.
He could barely even afford his whip. So this is kind of a cool looking area, but don't let that fool you. This is just basically a big battle zone.
Yeah. It almost feels like you get rushed with how many people that there are here.
The interesting thing is if you especially listen to the system, it's a very fucked up corporation system because you learn really that the people here don't get paid in normal money. They get paid in basically Finkton bucks. I did that on accident.
Coughed up a fire.
And it leads to kind of funny results later. But they get paid in like these Finkton bucks, which they can only use on buying Finkton equipment and medicine and food and things like that. Now the problem is that's just basically circulating money back to Finkton instead of spreading it around, so he just keeps his own little internal economy going. This is also a big lead into that as well, because this is a casino, which I'm sure he could use the Finkton money to spend at. So you can, okay, let's try to make some money that I'm just going to lose back to Finkton, okay.
By the way, if that and pretty much everything else in Finkton sounds like bullshit, factory towns in the 1800s in America were like this.
Yeah, this isn't exactly a cartoon. I mean, these actually happened. I mean, speaking of Nickelodeon, but...
It just keeps everybody trapped in the system.
This is based on real life.
And of course, there's this area of town where these people are like, I don't give a fuck about anything anymore. I'm not falling for this shit again. Alright, now we're in the big fighting arena. When I first got here, this reminded me of the kind of big opera room with Sander Cohen in the first Bioshock.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be something really, like, mind-blowing, which, like, okay, well, let's fight.
Now, what's that they say about old soldiers? Frankly,
They burn nicely.
my money's on you. He's something of an old hand at handling explosives. Only
He's long-winded, so he just needs to shut up and let's fight.
Do I get any of the money that you're putting on me? No?
Why would I suspect otherwise? Look at all these dudes.
Yeah.
And I missed everyone, whatever. Fuck it.
It's almost kind of like a mini Bosch slash Mook rush. Like you get a bunch of foot soldiers coming at you, and then you get like the firemen and so on and so forth.
This first start is just really useful to use our usual system of bucking Bronco, then die.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Bucking Bronco also works well on the firemen, who are usually kind of a pain in the ass.
I just always used crows.
You can't really go wrong with crows either.
Crows was my favorite Vigor, always and forever.
Did it help that you just say crows? What happened?
This was before I knew you.
How dare you?
How dare I have a life before Travis?
I am a sociopath and I won't take that lightly. I love spinning the firemen around.
I think he's enjoying it.
I'm fucking dizzy. Oh my god.
The prettiest pinwheel.
You say pretty.
Oh,
I
come on,
doubt he's
fireman.
witty, but he is pretty bright.
He could be gay. I'm not gonna judge him.
I just got that pun.
You know what's really nice about that particular machine, if you didn't notice? You can buy lockpicks in it.
Oh yeah.
So that's a nice little ability if you're running low, is you can actually now buy in some vending machines, which, oh my god, makes it so much easier to keep those collected up.
One up at a fair for a song.
First time I noticed, I just spent every coin I had on lockpicks, and then I died in the battle, so I was boned.
Well, I always bought a couple, but it's always focused on never running out of ammunition. And any money you can use to buying upgrades to your Vigors always helps too, because the stronger your Vigors are, the more ridiculous you are.
I just noticed they have Lady Comstock on the coffins that they carry on their backs.
That was their big representative. If you listen to one of the first, actually one of the only voxophones you hear inside of that temple, is to mention that their particular costumes represent the sadness they feel for not protecting Lady Comstock during her death.
Yeah, they're essentially Lady Comstock's cult of protectors or someone.
Therefore, crows.
Yeah.
You know, death and all.
Your true rival is an expert with the automata. Wants to replace all our
Fireman,
security with machines.
Crowman, and then Iron Patriot.
Iron Man.
Be fewer mouths to feed.
And guess what? We get to use guns and electricity, and let's do it! Bam.
I don't quite remember, but isn't there a Lincoln version of the Iron Patriot as well?
There is, but we don't see him at this point, and if I talk about it, it would be kind of a spoiler.
Oh.
So we will save it till we get to that point, but I will say there are Lincolns in this. The only thing I can tell you about Lincoln right now is that if you remember back at that temple that we mentioned just a couple minutes ago, Lincoln was seen as kind of a devil figure in this world.
Yeah, and they worship John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah, I had a massive statue because he was the savior, quote unquote.
Congratulations, DeWitt! You know, when your name was
With the way viewpoints can go and how politics can be squeezed around, you know there are people that believe that Lincoln was the devil.
Yeah.
say with certainty that I was quite wrong.
I'm not
Apparently the dude was a good Greco-Roman wrestler.
Now, I know
Lincoln?
about your
Yeah.
little job
That's pretty awesome.
Fitzroy. But do you really want to take her offer over mine?
You beat this a lot faster than I did.
How many people
Yeah.
I never found this area that tough, just because especially if you keep on the high ground, they're pretty much fucked.
Mr. DeWitt?
That's my problem. I always went down and tried to bull rush my way through.
The worst thing you can ever do in a game that has guns is to allow you to be open to flanking. Because you're always going to be facing one direction, and it's kind of hard to conceptualize necessarily where the enemy's coming from. But if you have them at least narrowed down to a single or even a double path, they're a lot easier to manage.
I wouldn't mind facing one direction with a gun.
Yeah, exactly. You stole the words from my mouth. Now, this is a very important one I like as well. I just talked about this earlier, but this particular voxophone is mentioning that Jeremiah Fink's brother discovered those red splits in the universe that were playing music and and he's a composer and writes music. So he thinks, how do I make money? I'll write music based on the music I hear through these holes that are in the air. Guess what? I'm going to make a ton of money off of this. So if you're wondering why there's a bunch of newer music in this world, it's because of Jeremiah Fink's brother who popularized it.
Plagiarizing music before it's made.
Hey, it's not plagiarized if it doesn't exist yet. These guys are fucked, by the way.
What a shock.
No, if I was using Shock Jockey, that would have been a shock.
It's too late for me to be annoyed by that.
No, don't do.
It's not that late, love. Ah.
Why is Daisy Fitzroy slightly more anime?
She looks actually kind of cute in that picture.
She looks about 12.
So if we look right here, notice that all the prisoners, number 6, see Slate. Now, this is interesting because there was a point in the game, and you would have saw it earlier, where we got to choose whether Cornelius Slate lives or dies. Now, if he dies, you won't see his name up there, and the following scene will not occur. But in this case, since I let him live, you will see the consequences for me letting him live.
When the workers got restless.
To do what?
Not every time of letting someone live is a good thing. And by me letting him live, I kind of did something dickish.
Sometimes there's pressure for folks like Fitzroy.
Why?
Because of folks like me.
She's having a problem with this
Of
lock.
course.
She's too busy paying attention to Booker.
Just so beautiful. Oh no.
You and your rugged face.
Just in a die like you do. Okay.
I honestly thought I read James Groins, though.
My god. He's fucking skipping. Stop. Now we go into one of the suites of the Sadist Hotel, the interrogation room.
Who is James and why are his groins on your PlayStation?
I find it funny that one of my friends is actually named James Goins. I used to call him James Groin. Look at how fucked up this dude looks. And he was right here the whole time. Oh my god, it's like a piece of history. What did he use the hook for? Jesus.
It looks like the tool they used in Egypt to pull brains out from the nose.
He's down here.
Poor Theon Greyjoy. Alright. Been a while since we've heard anything from Comstock. And it's more racist shit, and honestly, Elizabeth actually talks through it, so.
Is that not true? To give the vote to the white man.
And these guys interrupt too. Hey, I'm trying to listen to your prophet.
You think you'd want me to?
Rude.
Hearing the good word.
See, it's good if you have those lockpicks at this point. I have a lot, but either way. There's a lot of doors you can unlock here with them. And they're worth unlocking.
Much of a reason.
No.
Get some lovely stuff.
Schoolhouse of the Lord.
If you remember, Slate was in number 6, which is this cell right here. So let's go take a look at our victim here. Oh.
It's Slate. He looks...
He is quite not there anymore.
Sparing him was no mercy.
They kind of pulled a cuckoo's nest over him and kind of removed his brain. So, yeah.
Time to go get the kitchen sink and break him out.
Where are my Native Americans at?
Did they actually lobotomize him, or is he just so traumatized he's shut off?
If you look at him at a particular angle, which I don't get opportunity in this lighting, he has a massive scar on his head.
Oh.
Don't feel too bad for him.
Congratulations for giving him mercy, because then he got fucked up.
Well, he was crazy. I always feel...
And he was kind of a sympathetic guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you fucking ruined my life, so...
And saddled guys with mustaches make me sad. Because it just reminds me of my dad.
After his boxing career was over. So, there's some Skyline pants. I was never really sold much onto anything that requires the Skyline to work. So, nah.
Yeah. Because you're not on the Skyline all that much, really.
You can choose to. At some points it's nice, but I use it more for a fast travel as opposed to combat.
Yeah.
Look at the size of this cell, goddamn.
You're a lion. But you can't blame me for looking after my own interests, can you? Now I know.
It really makes you feel like something's wrong because Fink is just like, yeah, you'll see.
Has come to an end. Lions walk with lions, DeWitt.
Also, it's interesting how he heard about your deal with Fitzroy at this point. Wasn't much long ago that she even mentioned it to you. Very suspicious.
Suspicious?
Of course, we gotta go in the creepiest room possible for this, too.
Well, in the darkness, he looks totally alive.
Hello, darkness, smiled. Oh my god! You spilled all this Kool-Aid on the floor. That is way too much blood for one man.
We're too late. God damn it.
Look at this guy's face.
Oh,
Yeah, he looks like a Chinese vampire.
that is one...
That's one poor Cracula.
To make those guns.
Looks like Wei Shen had a go at him.
Dead is dead.
Oh, our favorite characters came back.
I see heads.
And I see.
This is the first point in the game. I mean, there's early hints, but this is probably the first point in the game where they seem
What do you want from
unnatural.
From this angle.
Dead.
Listen.
Oh, do you still not know their names by this point?
They're known at this point. I mean, at this point, there's good guesses because they're not directly correlated. You don't say, "Hey, this is Latus." Spoiler alert! But come on, they actually did show a picture of Latus at this point. So yeah, it's
Yeah. And that had her name on the boxophone of her you picked out.
yeah, exactly.
We have to go through.
Appears to be a tear here.
It's like riding a bicycle.
One never really forgets.
I just love the way they speak.
Climb aboard.
And when you do it wrong, you scrape up your knee.
See, that's why they're a little bit freaky.
If we go into this tear, I don't think I'll be able to bring us back.
So the idea here, and this is where the game gets a little bit more complicated.
This is the point where the main plot of the game just kind of gets thrown away.
Open it.
So what we're gonna do is travel to a dimension where he's alive.
An alternate world.
Yep.
There's no blood.
And no body.
It's
Hey, look, it's Abe Lincoln.
As the devil.
Yep. Double.
Something
As a
tells me
Beelzebub.
dead
A
guns.
Beelzebub.
It's changed.
There's a bunch of guns over here too. None of them that I want, but they're guns. I like my guns right now, so fuck it.
Yeah. I think I always just stuck with the hand cannon and the sniper rifle. Until I ran out of ammo, and then I just picked up whatever was around.
The carbine always makes a good, like, non-beat solution because it has almost the range of a sniper rifle and it's got almost the power of the hand cannon.
Yeah. That was another favorite.
And you could also control its rate of fire too, and it was accurate. One of my favorite go-to guns. There's also a lot of Vox Populi people trapped in here, unusual.
Yeah.
Something's different here. I don't know. Seems like there's a lot more Vox Populi than before.
A lot more prisoners in general.
But this is weird. This is where some of it does start to fall apart, because why is the interrogation video the same? The only difference is that apparently he's being let go.
Yeah, because his wife has connections in this universe instead of the last one.
He still got beat the shit out of, though.
Yeah. Might need to take a few days off work.
Chen Lin is alive now.
We're in a world where he was never murdered.
There's more cutesy Fitzroy.
Why, I suppose.
There's also a book here, a code book. Not that I know what the code's for, I might find out later. There's something very unsettling about the Vox Populi's red.
Mm-hmm.
You see a lot of it, and there's a very unsettling nature to it.
I guess it's because it's such a violent color.
It's a very violent color. Oh god, she's so ugu.
And there's so much red in your face.
I am the oogooiest.
Daisy Fitzroy Samba.
Please notice me.
So this is weird.
They were dead.
Those two people we completely fucked up, and now they're in this weird zombie limbo.
With blood dripping down their faces.
So at this point, we don't really know what they are. I mean, it's much later implied in the game. But you gotta think the fact that we're traveling to these different dimensions can't be good for the world. At least in general plots.
What's wrong with them? They remember what?
Being dead.
Well, dimension jumping in general is probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
Regardless of any fiction.
Any kind of time travel or dimensional travel never works out.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Guess what we get to do? Gonna fight all these dudes and we shoot them in the butt. And die, flip, flip, die. And then I shoot a face and then they dies it on the brace and then flip, boom.
As many gunfights as you do get in this game, only once or twice did it feel like it was padding. It never felt excessive for the most part. At least to me.
To me, it felt like a lot of the fighting kind of dragged the game down.
Yeah, it was nearer to the end where it felt like there was a bit too much. Where it's like, okay, I just want to know what's happening. I don't want to be in a gunfight every 5 seconds.
I thought the game was more intensive when the fights were smaller, but the enemies were harder.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily scare me to throw more of them when I can kill them. I mean, it shows how strong I am, but... So occasionally you do also find these Nickelodeons that are just videos of stuff. That's the first lady blimp flying in the sky.
It's impressive for the 1910s, 20s.
I mean, I would have to do my research, but I don't know much when airships became a prominent figure in anything, really.
Well, they do have the rifts in time and space, so they've been pulling technology from all these different times.
This is true. That's the only reason why Finkton is making as much money as he is.
It's because he has probably the monopoly on all of these.
This is a hell of a bar. It's got health infusers, crows, and lightning. I like a shot of lightning, please.
Crows and lightning.
Crow and Coke.
Can somebody in the thread come up with a cocktail called Crows and Lightning?
I'm sure it exists somewhere.
I'm imagining a mixture of licorice and lemon schnapps.
Ooh. I want to see mixed drinks made that are named after the Vigors of Bioshock Infinite.
They probably have them.
In the other worlds, he was the
Like, I imagine things like Bucking Bronco being kind of a strong whiskey base
Makes my head hurt.
mixed with something else.
Why do I imagine possession as something with green apple in it?
Yeah.
Green apple, maybe absinthe would be perfect.
Yum.
I could, or friggin' Jägermeister. We made a video of a dude that we beat the shit out of.
Just cause.
I love how they give news stories by making giant Nickelodeons. Newsflash, let me get these Nickelodeons to you. So he's released under mysterious circumstances. Oh, I guess, thanks.
Because it mentioned like his brother-in-law's head of security.
See, here's the weird thing, my trap is still there. It traveled through time and space.
It wanted to meet back up with you.
It's like Mornstar, even though you say it doesn't travel through time and space, it totally did. So that's the beginning of the adventures in a different world. So what's happening on the outside? Well, I guess we'll see.
Bioshock Infinite, Wrath of the White Witch.
Now I'm gonna go make Electric Crow. Crow Thunder.
Crows and lightning.
I really do think crows would correlate with the licorice flavor.
Yeah. Just because black or...
Black, yeah. Well, are there many flavors out there that are just straight jet black?
I think with certain mixes you could make it look kind of solid black.
And for whatever reason, I do associate black licorice with Halloween, and also crows, so there's that connection too, I suppose. Or that's just me.
Man, I should just really talk to my mixologist cousin and just be like, look, just teach me how to make some drinks based on these names. Voted best bartender for 3 years in a row in Dallas.
Damn.
Yeah. I really want to go to his mixing school.
Mm-hmm. They have a school for just mixing drinks?
Well, yeah, especially if you're kind of a mixed scientist, they have special training for that.
Mixed scientist. I don't think that's a thing, Travis.
You obviously don't know much about liquor, my lady.
That I don't.
And there we go. I want a drink that has I have a drink called the Booker DeWitt that when you drink, you automatically become drunk. Just within just a split second. Oh.
You'd have to mix in like 50 different kinds of liquor.
All of them beer.
You have to drink it by swallowing the entire bottle like Booker does.
Just 50 different kinds of beer and absinthe all mixed together.
That'd be so gross.
Or it's just called mystery booze, like that bottle he stole from that bum.
Oh yeah, that kicked my ass. You'd have to something called Elizabeth that's just super sweet.
Yeah.
But really strong.
Like you don't taste the alcohol, but there's a buttload in it.
Oh, this is a trick to alcohol. If you don't taste the alcohol, it's probably the most dangerous drink you'll ever drink.
Oh yes.
Cosmo Pussy Punch.
Named after Bioshock Infinite.
What would the Lutece's drink be?
Water. Put 2 glasses of it.
You need to have the 2 glasses.
2 glasses, one that's half empty and one that's half full.
And you have to drink it at the same time.
You have to drop a shot of water into it and just chug it.
It's just a sphere of water suspended in midair.
I don't know if I necessarily want to try a mixed drink called Return to Cinder.
Oh.
I just imagine that people making you puke immediately.
On the bartender.
Yep.
So just half Ipecac.
Yep.
Oh, God. Have to have something in there as well to give it texture.
Skittles.
What is it with you and Skittles, Travis?
Have you ever put Skittles in a drink?
I've had a Skittles flavored drink.
How do you think they flavored it?
Crush Skittles into juice.
If you're getting juice out of Skittles, something went wrong.
Well, it looks like there is one person who did make a list of at least 4 drinks made from Vigors. Found it on Reddit. The Bucking Bronco is spiced rum, SoCo, vodka, and Coke. That'd be easy enough. Possession's Midori, which I'm not sure what that is. Blue Curacao, which I've had, and lemonade.
I think Midori is made from melons.
Devil's Kiss is pepper vodka, dash of grenadine, and lime juice.
Oof.
That'd be pretty. That fit. And then there's charged whiskey, pineapple juice, and dry as vermouth, which I don't see that at all. Pineapple juice in charge? No. I don't like this guy's choices.
Like Devil's Kiss, I just sing being cinnamon whiskey.
Yeah.
just straight.
Yeah, that's what I imagine. I think it needs something a little bit more to it. It's got to be the devil's kiss. I think it needs just to burn a little bit.
5 drops of hot sauce.
I can imagine some kind of drink where you actually put a little kind of powder of cayenne along the rim.
Oh, yeah.
So when you sip it, there's a slight burn, but then it goes through like a devil's kiss.
Have you ever been kissed by a devil, Travis?
I've been kissed by a girl and it felt like it burned. I really should get that shit checked out.
Especially if it's still burning.
No, this one's perfect. Someone put, and for undertow, water. Nailed it, brilliant. Oh, the Drunken Moogle, that's always a good one to look on. Someone did make a possession drink.
Oh, what is it?
Let's see.
If it's not green apple, I'm gonna be upset.
It's 1 bunch of basil, which is good. 1 half lemon, half lime, sugar, Valkyrie, and then 50 milliliters of Tuckeray gin. Gin would be good for that. And there's also an absinthe one where it's called a froth, where it's a egg white, sugar, water, and absinthe.
Unacceptable. There's no apple anywhere. I like sour green apple stuff, okay?
It's yummy.
Oh, the Drunken Moogle. If you ever just want to read a good website of drinks made from video games, the Drunken Moogle is fantastic. This website has a drink called the Columbia Liberty.
Ooh.
TEA.
Is it tea?
It's 2 ounces Manhattan mix, 0.5 ounces lemon juice, 0.5 ounces simple syrup, club soda, and a maraschino cherry.
Oh.
Oh, and they did also make a Devil's Kiss, which is spice rum, perfect. Chambord, I don't know what that is. Grenadine, okay, good. Lime, ginger beer. And cinnamon's in it. And rum. That's actually kind of fits.
Yeah, I can picture cinnamon definitely being a part of it. One day, when we all get together, we're going to have a Bioshock drink party.
Or I'll just go... They also have a Borderlands drink list, too.
And we'll all have to make our own versions of the Vigor drinks.
Who is your character in Bioshock? Oh, not Borderlands 2?
Mine, I went for 0.
Zero has a drink as well. It's half Jägermeister, or half an ounce Jägermeister, half an ounce Blavoid, and half an ounce of Firewater. That would kick your ass.
Let's see, I did 0, and then I did both the girls.
They also have a Maya one as well. They have a gauge, which looks a lot like a martini. I'm going to have to look through this site. Now I'm just getting thirsty. Anyway, you think that's enough?
Yep. I think we're drunk by now.